them by surprise.
Eric, are we likely to see any goals?
Yeah, for this second half, I'm sure, because I know there will be one or two
We'll see
changes.
2 goals.
Yeah, by bringing in the striker who scored against
Liberty.
against Liberty in Cuba. So I know this second half is going to be, a very fireworks second half. Yeah.
Okay, so Philip and Nana are standing by in Kotoko to bring us a second half commentary of the game. Enjoy.
Welcome back to the Sogakove Park. It's the West Africa Football Academy against Kumasi Asante Kotoko on March the 8th of the 2019-2020 Ghana Premier League. First half ended goalless with WAFA the dominant side and the side that created the best of goal scoring opportunities. Unable to find the back of the net. Back in this second 45 minutes for Asante Kotoko and WAFA, it promises to be anybody's game. So Dwarfs are up by 2-0 against the Diana Stars in Cape Coast. This is absolutely shocking.
Yeah, it is shocking, but more so on this game, it's been the performance of Kotoko has been shocking. You know, you'd expect Kotoko to be doing better in attack, even though they've not had so much when they've played here. Let's see what the second half brings.
Before that defeat to Liberty, we've gone some 47 games over a 3-year period of 4 without losing, and for back-to-back defeats, they just don't want to have it here at the Sogakove Park.
Well, they must improve on what they did in that first 45. They must move the ball a lot more quicker. They must pass the ball from back to front a lot more quicker. For Kotoko as well, they know that it's still a game that they can win. So they've not been too bad, you know, considering their records and their numbers when they've traveled here.
Good play from Kotoko's Emmanuel Jemfi. They get a free kick. Kevin Matthew Ando seems to have suffered. From that rush challenge by Andrews Intimenu. Oh, the tackle from behind. Not too intentional. Didn't see the movement of Ando.
Yeah. It's almost like a coming together. Ando trying to, you know, block his man also trying to get to the ball. In the end, it's Ando that comes off worse from that challenge. I think both sets of defenders have been very comfortable in the game so far. The attackers have not really offered so much in the final third.
After Yusufu nearly lost possession to More Ibrahim. Gaston Boache. Some good turning from Fosina Mankwa, but he gives it away eventually. Here is Emmanuel Jemfi. He wants to go through the right-hand side. Yes, he does. Justice Blay. More Ibrahim. Kevin Matthew Ando. Unable to go past 3 WAFA players. Good track back from Fosina Mankwa. He went down in the box, but that wouldn't pass for a foul and a resultant penalty.
Not been too many Kotoko players protesting for a penalty there, but
Fosina Mankwa went again.
Yeah.
Ibrahim Abukari. The captain wants to go forward on the back of Augustine Boache's pass.
There it is again there. There's contact, is there? difficult to see from there, but then again, you have an opportunity for Sinamanko coming in for that one. There.
He got the ball first, from how I saw it, and then Ando rather stepped on his foot and fell down in the process. The discretionary powers of Frederick Samina is at full force.
Yeah. I think it's that slight touch he got in the ball that gets the referee to, wave that away.
John Todeku. Ate Yusufu gives it away. Against Matthew Kevin Ando. It's a 1v1 up against Abukari Ibrahim. He gives it away. And now Gaston Boache puts 1-2 for Forcing Amankwa. WAFA is looking dangerous. Forcing Amankwa's drive. Wayward it goes. Goal kick Kotoko.
It's a lovely first start by him to begin with. The touch and the turn to create a space for himself. Cutting onto his left foot there. Just used the wrong technique in executing that shot. Take a look at it. And his body language was awkward in that final moment.
Prosper Nyabu. Daniel Owusu looking for space. Daniel finds Forcing Amankwa, but he's yet to really get himself into the mix.
Daniel, always dangerous when he's cutting in onto his favorite right foot. Always dangerous. Teasing and tormenting. He was trying to go for the shots. In the end, the space was so tight, he had to lay it up to Forcing Amankwa, who I think saw the ball late and didn't get enough connection on it.
At this stage, you figure out that any of the coaches want to shuffle tactics and personnel. I've already seen William Opoku-Mensah, the former Karela captain who scored that goal against Liberty, warming up. Yet to see anybody from the WAFA end. But Opoku-Mensah will be a good addition. There's also Maxwell Baku on that bench.
Yeah.
Here's Daniel Owusu. Ibrahim Abukari. Giving Richard Arthur no breathing space whatsoever. So there was a header by Andrews Intimenu. He went up and there was this contact with Adum Frimpong and he gets the decision going against him.
Yeah, the ball was there to be won. It was an aerial ball. And as this rises up and above him, and Frimpong doesn't really jump, but it's his hand there around his head that the referee sees and quite clearly calls it for a foul.
Moro with a shot from a distance is a goal kick. So you see Maxwell Baku, Martin Entry, Collins Amiao, and then William Opoku-Mensah warming up for Asante Kotoko. Here is WAFA. Lovely back heel. Kwame Ba would not be beaten by Prosper Nyabu's drive, but that's some good play from WAFA. The link-up play was good.
Lovely play. A poor judgment of the flight there by Habib. I mean, he saw the ball all the way, kept backtracking there. He didn't attack the ball. It fell. Lovely back heel to set up Prosper. Again, a feeble drive. No trouble. The informed goalkeeper Kwame Ba.
Daniel Owusu. Kunedu Yado. Andrew Sintimenu. Ibrahim Abukari. Lovely through pass. Was looking for Forcing Amankwa. Is won by Kotoko decently. Here is Justice Blay. Jemfi was late for the ball. He loses up of possession. Prosper Todeku. Now WAFA into Kotoko's territory. Easily dealt with by Habib Mohammed. Daniel Owusu has seen a lot of the balls in this second half. He's the major threat for WAFA in this second half.
Yeah. I mean, he's been pulling the strings out wide, cutting in and sending in some decent cutbacks and laying it on for his teammates. There's always this question about him. Where is his favorite position? Through the middle or out wide? So versatile.
Justice Blay lost to switch to the right hand side looking for Jemfi. Dealt with intelligently by Kotoko. But WAFA's Owusu gives it away. Nete. Jemfi. Back to Nete. Wants to go through inside the box. Good defending from WAFA's Yadom. Eric Asimini. Lovely turnaround, Habib. Oh, brilliant play from the WAFA striker. He was looking out to pick Augustin Boache, but timely response from Moro Ibrahim. What a way to skip past Habib Mohammed.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was so brilliant to lose his marker there. And that is the danger. When you go so tight to this skillful young lads, you're unable to see the ball. All you can see is their legs. And you are tricked into believing that the next move of the leg is where they are going. There you see Habib. Just was nowhere near the ball. Like skill too. Beat his man. In the end, he just couldn't pick that pass for his man.
And his colleagues on the bench know too well it could have been some exciting moments for them.
Yeah.
Kwame Ba nearly gifted WAFA with the opener, but something must have gone wrong in that box.
Yeah.
Asamani is claiming innocence. But that was some casual display in the Kotoko area by the Kotoko players.
I mean, it's so tricky when you play against these guys. They are closing down on you, and now Kwame Ba receives an awkward ball there. Takes one touch, a heavy one.
The first touch lets him down.
There was contact. There was contact on the goalkeeper in that area, and it's always going to be a foul for the goalkeeper. But again, that is a risk when you play against these young lads, because they love to keep the ball so much that when you also have the ball, you want to keep it. You want to pass from the back like them. You want to play from the back like them. But there was some touch on him. Calvin has been in and out of the game, and Arthur has never had anything to feed on, so nothing really happening for them in attack.
Kevin Ando. He locates Jemfi. Nope. Interception from Kotoko.
That was poor.
Asamani again. This time, Nete's red alert. Asante Kotoko. There they go. Emmanuel Jemfi netted to his right. Can he send a decent crossing? Hangs on. Goes for the grounder. Cleared away eventually by the defensive man of WAFA. For once, that looked promising for Kotoko. They want to introduce Martin Entry into the game, and who are they pulling out?
Quite clearly, Calvin Ando is making way there for him. Like for like substitution. Martin Entry will also go straight into his position out wide and try to create lots of problems though for WAFA. But that was another opportunity there for Kotoko. I'm surprised, not too sure what Mano Jeff was trying to do, whether to strike the ball as a shot or to lay it on as a cross. In the end, it was neither of them, and the chance is gone. That was promising though.
Clever defensive play from Kunedu Yadom. Proving very tough for Jemfi. Justice Blay. Always a workaholic for you in that holding midfield position.
He never gets tired. Always running and covering spaces and fitting in tackles. He's such a brave guy. And if you've never seen him play, then maybe that goal that he scored against Atifoku will tell you a lot about him. He's so determined.
Martin Atta up against Ibrahim Abukari, and the WAFA captain is pressed to the ball. So WAFA coming up with their first substitution. Augustine Boachi, after missing that glorious goal scoring opportunity, is out for Samson Japan.
Augustine Boachi up front, he barely had chances to feed on, and the few that came, he said he never really made the most of it. But there's a chance for this young lad as well to show the manager what he can offer. Japan Samson. That's the reason why, you know, you've got to love the Ghana Premier League. It's always gives something shocking. You know, it's never according to the script. You know, incredible stories.
Absolutely incredible.
2-0.
So for Japan, he started the game against Great Olympics and lost his position to Augustine Boachi in today's game, and he finally comes back into this game. Dreams are leading Liberty by 1-0. Liberty actually is playing their home game on the home grounds of Dreams FC because of the ban other than Suman Park by the club licensing board.
Absolutely. That's what the rule says, that you can't inconvenience the team that has done no mistake. So in this case, Liberty had to now travel to Deu and borrow the park as their home ground against Dreams. That's from the Dreams management. Of course, I want this. Bring it on. Playing away from home and home.
That's why they are already up by 1 goal.
Yeah.
Especially as they lost part of that venue, they wouldn't want to lose back to back.
Yeah.
Although technically it's not their own. Samson delivery, Palmer with an easy catch. Asenchi is a former captain of this WAFA team. Let's see how he fares against his former teammates. That wasn't too intelligent from Adum Frimpong. Couldn't quite read the run of his frontman well. Emmanuel Ajimambedu with a sliding challenge. So Maxwell Knodu with some pep talks for William Opoku-Mensah, former captain of Karela, rescued Kotoko from defeat after scoring the equalizer against Liberty last week. Ibrahim wins the free kick. It was a handball against Justice Blay initially. Ibrahim looking for Yusuf Ate. Ibrahim looking for Yusuf Ate. WAFA gets the decision their way. So Max Toknodu comes up with a second substitution. Emmanuel Jemfi.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Emmanuel Jemfi is being
This is Kelvin Osei.
Kelvin Osei.
Kingsley Ifa. I would have been surprised if it would have been Emmanuel Jemfi.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't really have been surprised because, to be honest, his form hasn't been great this season. And even in this game, he's not really offered so much. But against WAFA, you can always use the help of his pace because you sit deep and you counter.
William Opoku-Mensah's first touch, and he's racing deep into WAFA territory. Andrews Ntimenu, that's what to mop up beautifully for WAFA. Emmanuel Ajimambadu wants to take matters into his own hands. He's left Habib all alone at the rear. That was purposeless from Habib Mohammed. Kislo Sefa, average showing from the midfielder. The free kick against Emmanuel Ajimambadu. Must be careful he doesn't commit these fouls around the box. It could be dangerous for Asante Kotoko. So elbow just around the neck of Eric Asamani. So I told you about this change. Daniel Owusu, so far he's given a good account of himself. He makes way for Richard Danso, the former Black Starlets and Black Satellite striker. He was loaned out to FC Dallas in the United States. He's back, and let's see what he brings onto this field as he gets to partner Asamani up front. But he also plays from the right side like Daniel did. He wins the first foul for WAFA.
One trouble out, another trouble in. Daniel is troublesome, but Danso is troublesome, and his introduction has brought some energy in the crowd. They've seen him play before. They've seen what he's capable of doing. And his first touch is brought down when he has a free kick in a very good area.
Nete, he says he dived.
Come on, Nete.
That's not the business of referee Samani. Habib Mohammed. Lovely touch from Jemfi. Free kick for Asante Kotoko. No, Richard Danso must be careful. I've seen a push and a heavy one on Nete. Asamani, he had Ntimenu to his right and decided to go through the middle. Emmanuel Jemfi, he's got Martinez in the middle. He decides to go by himself. This can be dangerous. Nope, not quite a good pass from Arthur Matthews. Cross straight to goalkeeper Prince Atubilson.
That was such a poor pass because the attack was on, and as a striker you should be taking that on. He has pace to work that onto his left foot, but instead he chose to spread the ball wide, and the pass was heavy. By the time the player got onto the ball, the defenders had already recovered into return position, and lovely to see Jemfi growing into the game gradually.
Christopher Nete, decent cross, easy catch up to Bilson. Ate Yusufu, Ibrahim Abukari, here is Richard Danso. He goes past Christopher Nete. Tries a shot from a distance. Near miss. And that's what he brings into this game. His ability to deliver these tricky balls from a distance. And how he's able to sprint past his markers with cheeky ease. Richard Danso. That was close.
That's what his game is all about, Richard Danso. So confident. He got the technique right. Just wasn't on target. Had his full weight in behind the ball. Give him so much space that he can trouble you.
Lovely skill from Fosena Manquaz, looking for Richard Danso to do the chasing. He's got Christopher Nete to confront. Danso against Nete. Brilliant play from Nete. Oh, lovely stuff from the Kotoko right back. He uses his pace and strength to advantage. Opoku Mensah tries to play the 1-2 with Jempi. He skips past his marker. Clever defending from Ibrahim Abukari. And he comes in with a no-nonsense clearance. His boots seem to have caught Christopher Nete in the process. A useless put up from WAFA.
Then he left a little in there. Yeah. So let's see how it is. He just clears that.
Did he touch him?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's self-inflicted injury by Chris Nete or was from the boots of the WAFA skipper.
Or the ball hit his abdomen. Not too sure, but it's very obvious. Abukari didn't touch him.
Abukari did not touch him. So it's perhaps a self-inflicted injury. As Struck said, it comes from around his hip. There, brother, something can be painful. So it's not from Abukari.
Abukari is innocent.
Yeah, innocent boy.
71 minutes in Sogakope. There's WAFA 0, Kotoko 0. Fosina Mankwa with a dink. Looking for something in Japan, but it's taken over by Kotoko. Here's Moru. Gives it away. Lovely play from WAFA. They get a corner kick. Asamani Yusuf beginning to pose problems for Nete and Moro. Samson in Japan's corner, deep inside, punched away by Kwame Ba. Opoku Mensah beats into it by Todeku, but here is a Kotoko counter. Can it work? Andrews into Menu cleverly goes back to goalkeeper Ato Belson. Kotoko seems to have taken over the midfield at this stage. And there they go. Emmanuel Jemfi. He's got Opoku Mensah in the center. Will they get a first goal? Good save, Prince Bilson. And that attempt from Opoku Mensah will always be commended. He took his time, couldn't quite get the direction he wanted, but you credit Prince Atubilson with that save.
And that was a brilliant save, but the build-up was brilliant as well. Beautiful ball through to Emmanuel Jemfi from Frimpong, who lays it off to his man, and beautifully instructs him. But Bilton, at full stretch, helping that one for a corner kick.
So Prosper doesn't oftentimes get subbed in the games, but this afternoon he's been quiet, especially in the second half. He makes way for Lawrence Ejekum. The WAFA area is boiling, it's under pressure. Oh, lovely skill from these young chaps. Let's see what Lawrence Ejekum is able to do, but Abib went back and not too sure what was going on in the minds of these Kotoko players.
WAFA would always love to press. So when you're playing that back pass, you have to be careful. I mean, Kwame Ban's starting position was great. That's why he got to the ball in time to play.
Absent-minded Samson in Japan. Left it late, and there's a foul on Kwame Adom.
Kwame Adom Frimpong has had a very solid game here, and that is the challenge coming in. Catches this, something around the shin a little bit. And these days, the shin parts are so tiny that you wonder what they protect. Something very little around the shin, but of course, he's got a sizable one in there. Still feels the contacts. He's in some sort of pain. He's had a good game.
He's had a good game, and he doesn't seem to be happy with the kind of tackles on him. Prosper Nete. One time has stints with Cape Coast Ebusian Mysterious Dwarfs. Actually a lecturer at the University of Cape Coast. Lawrence Ejekum. Lovely touch from Forsen Amankwa. They're looking for Danso, but he's drifted too wide to the left and a bit far from Kotoko's 18-yard area. We have 15 minutes to wrap this game up, and it's goalless between WAFA and Asante Kotoko. Abib Mohammed with a nasty challenge on Forsen Amankwa. So some scores from other centers. Bechem United are drawing at the Akun Park against Mediama. It's 77 minutes in that game. 11 Wonders are down by 2-0 against Inter Allies, and Liberty down by 1 against Dreams. Kim Faisal have a red card in Kumasi, and they are 2 goals down to 3 by Great Olympics. And the Ebusian Dwarfs, they still lead the league leaders by 2-0. So Maxwell Baku goes in for Emmanuel Jemfi. He got injured while playing for Kotoko some 2 seasons ago in the Confederations Cup against Nkana FC. And he returns to Sogakope, hoping to light up this Kotoko attack and probably get them the scoreline they need.
Well, lovely to see Maxwell Baku back. 2 seasons ago in the Confederation Cup, he and then himself and Safiu were the 2 key players, and Sonny Yakuba. I mean, these were the key players for Kotoko. Unfortunately, he got injured in the game against Nkana.
That was some quick thinking from Ejekum. Now that was Samson in Japan.
Yeah. Now onto the chest. It's a difficult one. Really want to take it on the bicycle kick. The ball has to be at a certain height. The chest control didn't give him that elevation that he would have needed to get that ball on target.
William Opoku Mensah finds Martin Entry. How nearly scored against his former side. But that looked a clear goal scoring opportunity, Martin Entry.
Yeah, Martin Entry. As the ball rolls to him there, he had one thing on this man, just one touch. Open himself up and drill that one. You could see what he was trying to do, to go into that bottom corner. And at the end, he drags his shots a little bit wide, and goalkeeper is, I thought he was beaten. Back when they called him Messi.
Yes, they call him Messi. Let's see what he brings into this game. Good play from Samson Japan. Anderson Timenu. Poor first touch from Japan.
going into the time of the game where all the coaches will be hoping that their players still have their concentration level at maximum points. Because just one lapse and you can be punished.
So after Yusufu is on a yellow card, that's the confirmation of that decision taken by referee Samina. Opokumensa's late challenge on Yadom would not go unnoticed. Moro would not take any chances. Ate Yusufu was running deep into that area of his. With a rolled up sleeve of his shirt. He's been troubled by the WAFA wingers this afternoon. Enim. Richard Danso. So Prosper Nyabu, he couldn't quite make his mark, but he's hugely expected of something positive for this team. And then his team goes with another chance, gonna begging.
It's again, the two sides have not offered so much in attack. Kotoko, the last 10 minutes have created some 2 decent chances, but apart from that, we've not really seen much. And for WAFA, they've got Richard Danso on the pitch and they have to find him. They have to work around getting the ball to him, because once he has the ball, it looks like something is about to happen. So they have to keep sending the ball to him and hope that he can manufacture something.
Samson Japan. He's brought down by Moro. Easily went past him. WAFA beginning to win most of the fouls at this stage. Kotoko must prevent those ones around their box if they want to stay in this game. John Todeku, he wouldn't get a foul. It's a goal kick for Asante Kotoko, much to the displeasure of the home fans.
Yeah. They are thinking that Nate got enough on him to merit a foul. The referee says no way, it's a goal kick.
Maxwell Bako, he's lost a bit of his sharpness and, you know, his dribbling abilities coming from injury over a spell of that long could always not get you into your right groove.
Yeah, it's expected, you know, it's going to take some time to get into the shape, to get into the form, to get into your own groove, because sometimes when you're coming back from injury, you're not sure if it's still niggling.
Fosina Mankwa launches one in for Danso. That's some clever play from Christopher Nete, nearly beaten by Danso. Maxwell Baku to Justice Blay. The midfield dynamo back to Baku. Lovely chip into the box looking for Pokumensa. Flag goes up. Whistle goes. What decision? Was it a handball? I didn't see the flag up.
Not sure what.
But Pokumensa looked to have handled the ball in the process.
Perhaps.
Felix Annan, this is home. He actually kept for WAFA for close to 4 seasons before leaving for Asante Kotoko. He's been Kotoko's #1 goalkeeper in the last 2 seasons, but this season is proven to be some kind of season for him. Decent challenge for Moro. After Yusufu won't get a foul for this.
I'm not sure how that is not a foul, because
he got the ball.
I'm not sure he did, because Atamaro, take a look at this now. If he has something on the ball shouldn't be going towards his own goal because of it's a foul, complete foul, completely missed it and went through in for his man. I'm not sure how the referee missed that. But if he has something on the ball shouldn't be going to the goal kick line.
I'll tell you, Sifu is equally surprised like you are.
Yeah, it's shocking, referee missed it completely.
Blay gives it away. Lawrence Ejekum forcing a Mankwa. John Todeku surging forward and looking for options. Now he finds Richard Danso. Danso to Lawrence Ejekum. Hangs on well. Forcing a Mankwa's cross is cleared away. Finally by Emmanuel Ajimambedu. Atta is beaten to the ball. Referee waves play on, and you can hear him scream. He's up on his feet. Ejekum. Asamani couldn't quite get firm on that one. Ibrahim Abukari, the WAFA captain, with a purposeless one into Kotoko's territory. No WAFA player will round onto that one. Pushed by Ati Yusufu and Richard Atta. Free kick for Kotoko. We're 5 minutes away from the end of the game. Waiting for confirmation of how many minutes of additional time. Richard Atta hasn't really provided a spark in Kotoko's attack. Asmani's battle was not well calculated. Christopher Nete wants to search forward. Is back in Kotoko's area. Kwame Adum Frimpong. Moro wants to search forward. Richard Atta. Back to Moro. Ball is not completely out. There's a chase for the ball. Martin Entry and his former teammate, they used to be good friends when Martin was at this academy.
Yeah.
Abukari and Martin. In the last 4 minutes, this is where your technical prowess will come to show. A tactical variation, personal change, or just one word, it could change the dynamics and complexity of this game.
Yeah, but more so at this point, the players have to look within themselves and bring out what quality they've got, because I'm sure the managers would have passed on all the tactical ideas they have. It now comes down to the players that have the stamina and the mental toughness to see it out.
Now, so fouls Christopher Nete. Free kick for Asante Kotoko. Habib Mohammed. We're into the final 3 minutes here in Sogakope. Kunedu's head at the expense of Opoku Mensah, but this clearance from Blaze, awkward. Adum. Ibrahim Abukari. Beautiful through pass. Habib. Corner kick for WAFA. Yes, the ball had traveled over the line. Habib just was not attentive at that moment. Samson Japan will line up for this delivery. 88 minutes. Japan sends a corner inside, headed away by Habib Mohammed. Here is Maxwell Bako. Bako is stopped by Fosun Amankwa, and WAFA wanted to hurriedly take the free kick, but Referee Samina says, nope, you have to take your time.
Yeah, Baku was trying to get onto the break and counter attack, but he was stopped in his tracks.
Make Jekum. Here is WAFA's Danso. What was he doing? Over elaboration. Too many touches on the ball. Danso.
That is shocking because I thought he did so well to beat his get past his first man. And here, how about shifting the ball to your right? He had so much space to do that and perhaps take a shot or not. But he went into the other channel on his weaker left foot.
Kwame Ba goes down for the obvious reasons, genuinely injured, and referee don't want to have any of that. He's asking him to come up. Referee demonstrates sportsmanship because Kwame Ba clearly wants to slow down the pace of the game. It's all almost over here.
Yeah, he should expect it. I mean, 1 point from WAFA or against WAFA is a huge point. It really is, because not too many teams are going to pick up a point from here. Trust me.
Asafok picked up 1 point here.
Yeah.
Liberty picked up 3 points here, and Kotoko on the verge of snatching a point here with 2 minutes of additional time remaining. Here is Moro Ibrahim, sends a teasing cross to Opoku Mensah, but Yadom Kunedu is first to the ball. Corner for Kotoko.
Interesting to see the number of bodies Kotoko commits forward. Do they really want to take something, all the 3 points at this point of the game? Or they want to see it as it is?
What a goal it will be for them if they are able to find the back of the net with some few seconds to go. Here is Moro Ibrahim, lines up and delivers deep into enemy territory. Another corner after Justice Blaze header took a deflection of someone in the WAFA area.
Shocking defending because nobody was picking up Justice Play. On the back of what he did against Hartford, you expected them to be, tackling him or somebody getting close to him. That was almost a free header.
So it was Abubakar Ibrahim who got the final touch. Was it a handball? Not too sure. Kwame Adom Frimpong. Moro Ibrahim launches one inside. Opoku Mensah's header, and it's a goal kick. Late inclusion, but great impact for him.
Yeah. It's been bright since coming on. Creating lots of problems for WAFA at the back.
Richard Danso. I've enjoyed that banter between Danso and Nete.
Actually, I've had a lot to deal with this afternoon.
Yeah. Now there they go. Ejekum puts one through for Semeni. Ajimambedu says anywhere will do.
Anywhere will do.
He takes a look at his watch and his fourth referee. Takes a whistle to his mouth. He's whistled.
No, because another ball was on the pitch. So he has to go back from that field for it's a drop ball.
Danso. Ejekum! Final opportunity, skying it, rolling over the bar. Lawrence Ejekum. So there was so much space for him.
Yeah. The ball drops kindly for him, just doesn't get a control over the shots.
Unlucky for the young chap. Kwame Ba is almost over. So he knows too well why he's acting this way. These academy boys can be troublesome. Prosper Nete is wondering, why must this guy go down at this stage? But on the flip side, Max Oknodu will be a satisfied man.
Yeah, I think he would be. Isolating this result is a good one for him, but on the back of a draw at home to Liberty is what would be disappointing. But isolating this result would be great.
So,
but again, Kotoko can't win at WAFA.
Kotoko cannot win at WAFA and the status quo remains. The Porcupines have not scored, and WAFA equally have not scored. These fans have enjoyed the game, but there's nothing to talk about in terms of goals, and they were here for the goals, I tell you what.
That's why we love the game, to see the goals. But there are 3 results we can get from the game. This is one of them.
Asumeni takes the whistle to his mouth, he blows it, and that's it. Referee Frederick Samina has whistled for the end of the game here.